All right, stream is starting up right now, guys. Hopefully it's going to go okay. Getting a little bit of latency already, but hopefully it will just peter out and everything will be good to go. Apologies for any lag you may see on the screen. Just it's the way it normally happens when we start doing this stuff. So everything should be good to go. Yep, I see it starting up right now. Everything looks to be good. Make sure my little email alerts are going. And we are looking good. Perfect. Excellent. Of course, this is another impromptu stream. Like I said before, I do this every once in a while, just because, just as the way I normally do. I just fire these up, just able. It's a bit shaky as it is, so I don't do it all the time. Hey, Spider Boy, Shavana, thanks for coming into the stream tonight. Again, this is an impromptu stream. I do these every once in a while, about maybe once a month, until stuff sort of will stabilize and everything should be good to go then. I'm hopefully going to be probably maybe upgrading my service shortly, and I'm going to get better upstream, which is causing some of this latency you're going to see, and hopefully it will become a little bit more stable as the stream is going by today. Just it is a little bit, you'll see a lot of latency happening. That's because of the upload is not super consistent as far as the upload goes. I am using my lapel mic now. I use this doing some of my videos now, just because it's easier than using my normal standard mic, which is this guy right here. The problem is I have to have this sitting next to me, and when I start talking into it, I have a much greater distance, and it loses a lot of the quality and a lot of the sound, as opposed to this lapel mic here, which is what I normally use for my for shooting my videos as it is. So, as you guys know or may not know, if you haven't watched my content in a while, my stuff fell. May or may not know, I am doing all my stuff in my studio now. I work from my studio until the lockdown is then complete, and I don't want to break my entire station down and then bring it back up every single time I complete a video. So doing it this way is a little bit easier for me. So we're going to be talking a couple things today. First off, I did put up a new video, I want to say on Tuesday, and it was the last round, quarterfinal round matchup of Funko Pop Battle Royal. Of course, we had two Marvel properties go head to head. If you didn't see that video yet, I highly recommend taking a look at it after the stream. Of course, it was the Hot Topic Venom versus Psylocke. Make sure you take a look at that video, probably one of the newer videos. Vote for who you think would win in this battle. You can vote for any reason why you would want one pop to win over the other. I usually do in a very objective-based review format. I review strictly the pop. I do not review the character's history, their lineage, their powers, their weaknesses, their run as far as their history goes. Nothing along those lines when it comes to my Funko Pop battle stuff. It's all strictly objective based on the pop itself. So, that's what's going on with that video. The reason why I'm putting this video, this stream out today, is I wanted to hear from you guys. How are you handling your lockdown or your quarantine? I talked about stuff that's happening, how the ECC convention got canceled, a little bit about COVID-19 and these pressing times. I'm curious, what do you guys do now because of your lockdown? Many of you might be unemployed now because many of your jobs probably got furloughed, or you might have, maybe they let you go and you're trying to get unemployment. What do you do to kind of break up the monotony, if you will? Then we'll get to the kind of the main event of this video, or rather of this stream. For me, catching up, I have a lot of comics I still need to read, but I'm still far behind, and I haven't really cracked into those comics yet. I've been watching a lot of TV. A lot of the streaming apps that are out there, streaming services, are really free right now. I've caught up. I got about a 2-week subscription. I had one's a 7-day, and then I kind of picked another email address to do another 7-day stream, and that was DC Online. I took a look at the new Harley Quinn animated show. Kelly Coco, who did Penny in Big Bang Theory, she voices Harley Quinn. It's more of an adult-based cartoon, very, very salty language, very adult themes in that cartoon. We watched all of the first season, which was, I think, 11 episodes. And the second season just aired a few weeks ago, but they're doing it in they're staging it out, so it's not going to be, they're not going to give you everything at one time. Every week a new episode will drop for about two and a half months, excuse me. About two and a half months. They'll drop a new episode every week. I think they just dropped episode 2 or 3 has just recently dropped. It's very, very interesting cartoon if you've never seen it before. Very, very cool. I would highly recommend the Harley Quinn cartoon. What else I'd recommend? Get yourself the Disney Plus free membership. You can get it, I think, I want to say it's either a week or 2 weeks, because you can catch up on Mandalorian. Watch the entire series. My girl, who's not a Star Wars fan in any stretch of the imaginations, she understands Star Wars from the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, but she's not like, as far as the prequels go, or she's not really hip with all the new characters. She knows R2-D2, C-3PO, Vader, Han Solo, Luke, and Leia, the main core characters. But when you start throwing new characters at her, it overwhelms her very, very quickly. So, in my opinion, Star Wars is the best Star Wars show that's not Star Wars. And what I mean by that is it's a different take on Star Wars. There's no Force powers, there's no Jedi. This is all scoundrels, this is all bounty hunters. Mandalorian is a very, very... You can take a look at that. I highly recommend that show. If you've not yet seen it on Disney Plus, definitely take a look at it, check it out. As I said before, a lot of other shows that are out there. As far as Disney, again, go back to Disney Universe. One thing we watched, and I saw it back in 2014, so it's a damn shame. I always talk about this show, and that is the Constantine TV show. If you've never seen Constantine, get your free subscription with DC Online. Take a look at Constantine. It was a very, very good show, cut off way too soon. Only had 1 season. It's just unfortunate shame. They only made 1 season of Constantine. Highly, highly recommend taking a look at Constantine if you've never watched it. Very, very, very good show. Also, stuff like maybe Warehouse 13, if you've never seen that on Sci-Fi, I highly recommend that as well. Also, I think it's CBS. CBS has a special deal going right now. Again, all the stuff I'm mentioning here, I am not sponsored by any of these companies whatsoever. I'm just telling you the stuff that I've been checking out for the last few weeks, between video shooting and my work schedule, of stuff I've been trying to catch up with watching TV with my girl. And CBS All Access, I'm not a big fan of their Star Trek stuff, but I am a big, big fan of Picard. If you've not yet seen Star Trek Picard, just like Star Wars was the best show that's not Star Wars, but is Star Wars, I take that same approach for Star Trek for Picard. It's the best new Star Trek show that doesn't feel like Star Trek. There's a lot of history with Star Trek that goes through many years, different series of Star Trek. Again, you'll get very, very lost in these characters if you don't know all stuff from Next Generation, if you don't know stuff for Voyager. Things like this you may or may not know, and you could get lost with this new show. They did a good job with the pacing. Some of the episodes really not so much, because this was only, I believe, I want to say it was a 10-episode series. It was either 8 episodes or 10 episodes. You can bang it out probably over a weekend. But it's a very, 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 very good Star Trek show. If you've never seen Picard, I highly, 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 highly recommend watching it. It's not your dad's Star Trek. It's not Next Generation. If you're thinking it's going to be just a retelling of Next Gen, it is not a retelling of Next Gen at all. There's subtleties from some of the characters in Next Gen, but it's a different Star Trek show. There's salty language with that show as well. That's why it's kind of behind the CBS All Access paywall, if you will. But you can watch that right now for free up until, I believe, mid or the 3rd week of May. So you can do it for free right now. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you've never seen Picard, definitely check out Picard. It's a very, very, very good show. Highly, highly recommend Picard. Great. That I noticed that was free is Sirius XM. If you're not familiar, Sirius XM is a satellite-based radio station. It's basically where Howard Stern kind of got his big boom, if you will. He was tired of terrestrial-based radio and wanted to branch out to go to satellite. That kind of made the big boom with Sirius XM. That is an avenue you can probably get your hands on right now, because it's, like I said, it's going up until about mid-May. My girl's a big fan of Howard Stern, so she's listening to a lot of Howard Stern podcasts. I'll be listening to different sort of music when at my workstation behind me. I'll be doing that as well. So CBS Online, DC Universe, Sirius XM, the Disney Plus platform. I've been watching a lot of TV that way, and I've been watching a lot more TV when it comes to that. And of course, AEW wrestling. If you guys have or have not known yet, I'm a big wrestling fan. I used to watch a lot of old school wrestling. I'm talking stuff from Crockett, TNT days, WCW days, Jim Crockett Promotion stuff. Old stuff, if you look at, let's say, Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, old WCW days. That's when to me, wrestling was in this boom back then. Of course, WWE, I don't dislike WWE. I'm just not a fan of the product right now. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like what they're doing with their storylines. I haven't watched WWE, and I want to say for the last 8 to 9 months. I've not touched it. I'm a big fan of independent wrestling, things like Ring of Honor, things like New Japan Pro Wrestling, and of course AEW. I was there when AEW kind of blew up. I'm a big fan of All Elite Wrestling. I very, very much like it. I watch Being the Elite all the time. I took part in one of their kind of their skits when they were down in SuperCon last year. If you watch the Being the Elite, I was one of the older episodes. You'll see me standing in a line to do a little bit with them, which was very, very, very cool to do. It was Mick Foley and the Bucks. The Young Bucks had two lines, and they went and basically asked, hey, when Mick Foley says, hey, you guys might do a favor for me? Would you want to do this, this, and that? I was all in. I jumped up, no pun intended. I was very, very happy to do that, just to do a bit. It didn't pay anything. I didn't get any free autographs. I didn't get anything special. It felt cool doing it, being in a little bit. Just put my stamp on it, if you will. As far as now the mail call, so let's talk mail call. What I've got in the mail. I got a package. I ordered it about a week ago. Brown box. I don't know if anyone's in the chat right now. I'm gonna take a look here, see if anybody's in the chat. Hopefully someone's here. Let's see if we got anybody participating right now. No, just me. That's fine. I was hoping somebody else would come in the chat tonight, but apparently not. You might be getting tired of the stream locking up, so I do apologize again for that. If not, you can catch this on video on demand. So, what did I get in the mail? I'll be doing a couple of these. I'll do mail calls sporadically as I get stuff. I've ordered several for two different things. That's probably not going to be a mail call like this. This, as far as I would ask for hints, but again, no one's in the stream tonight. You guys probably got the stream late, or might not even have gotten the email alert. I know a lot of people have been complaining about not getting email alerts from me. Why is that happening? I can't tell you. I know a lot of people are complaining that their favorite YouTubers, they're not getting email alerts from them. But I ordered this product. I was trying to get my hands on it. I couldn't get it. I'll let you guys know. I got it at GameStop, and I couldn't get my hands on it. I saw it at the Tate's Park and Swap about 3 months ago. I think it was in I think it was in 2 months ago. It might have been February. February is when I think Park and Swap was. And I saw this item sitting on one of the dealer's tables. It was priced at $40. I did not pull the trigger on it. I could have. I did not. It felt a little expensive to me. I'm a little bit frugal when it comes to those park and swaps. I try to save my money as much as I possibly can and get the best deal, the most bang for my buck. I could have wheeled and dealed a little bit and kind of knocked the price down. But I picked an item up. I decided that item, I wanted to have it for my collection. I'm not going to do an unboxing right now. I'll show you what I picked up, but I'm going to save the review for this item down the road when I can once again shoot in my studio. Again, behind me, you can't see it because my desk's behind my chair here. I have a full workstation that I have for my job in my studio. So it takes up about, I would say, 50% of my room here, and I don't want to break it down every single time I do a video, and I don't want to do that. So I picked up an item here. I would ask who think what you guys would think it would be, but again, no one's in the stream tonight because again, there's probably issues with the chat, and I can understand if you guys are upset about that. That would make me upset as well. So it is, as you might have noticed, kind of a flash of purple there. It is, of course, the gaming great Star Wars Black Series Redeemed Jedi Knight Revan. This is a very cool looking package figure. Love the way he looks. And I wanted to kind of showcase off the original Revan, comparing this one to Revan, which I did a review for, which is this Revan right here. I got him on his really cool figure stand, which was part of a backdrop for the Black Series. Kind of get him better in the shot here so you can see what he would look like. This is from of course, the Knights of the Old Republic Revan figure. Looks very, very cool. Very neat looking design of Revan. And as you can see here, it's very, very similar to the Gaming Greats. There we go. Gaming Greats Jedi Knight Revan. The real big difference with this one, of course, is the way the outfit looks. As far as the armor, it's very, very similar to this one here. You can see the similarities Hopefully they fixed the head on this guy here, because this head here, although it looks really cool, there is no real way to get to the articulation here. There is a soft goods robe. Apologies. There's a soft good robe here. It's all tattered and ripped. It looks really cool. You got this big piece of leather dangling down from the belt. I did a full review of this guy about, I want to say, a year and a half ago. He's a very cool figure. Looks really good. But they dropped the ball on some of the articulation, the way he's, pull the robe up so you can see the details, the intricacies to details, because he has soft grid on top, soft grid on bottom. So it's a very cool, detailed figure. But there's a lot of missteps with, I use that word a lot of missteps with this figure. He does have the purple lightsaber. So this one here, if you may or may not notice, has a purple lightsaber as well, which is the same sculpt as this guy right here. Same purple lightsaber right there, with the same purple lightsaber right here. I'm assuming, based on what I'm seeing here, is another soft good on the bottom, but not on the top, it looks like, from what I'm seeing. That's why I'm not going to crack him open yet. I wanted to do a full review of this guy down the road, when I can break my studio down, do a normal review how you normally would see me shoot content, go up close to it, not like this, because I get a lot of glare from this, and I don't like that a lot. You're going to get, sorry for the lag there, but he looks really good. I love this packaging. The packaging looks really cool. That's what the packaging would look like right there. It says Jedi Knight Revan. Here's the back of the packaging. If you want to read it, you're more than welcome to. Hopefully it will focus. Focus. There we go. You can pause it, hopefully, and read it. Right there. So he's a cool looking figure. What I like really about this figure is the packaging, the way it looks. It's a really dynamic looking packaging with the purple and black tones to it. Looks really cool. Definitely dig it. Definitely like the way this figure looks. There's a new Stormtrooper coming out. It looks like a normal trooper, but he has a splash of blue color with the same Gaming Greats, apologies, the same Gaming Greats sticker on it. That one I don't think has been released yet. That one is going to be coming down the pipe. I might get him only because I think it would be very cool to have this, not a named trooper, because I'm going to eventually I'm going to do a whole big build. I have not yet done it. It's going to be kind of in an aquarium. I'm going to build a big battle scene with a bunker with all the named clone troopers and Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi. So it's going to be every named clone trooper they make. I'm going to buy every named clone trooper in a 6-inch scale, Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi, and probably that blue commando, just because he's not a named commander, but he has a color scheme to him, and I think he would look cool, kind of next to the clone trooper, the clone named troopers. Your Commander Cody's, your Commander Rex's, those guys, Clone Commander Gree, if you will. Those guys are, a Wolf. That's the idea, and I think it'll look really cool to have them in different gears, different weapons. The idea is they're basically going to be in the backdrop for this battle scene is going to be about, maybe, I want to say it's going to be about 18 inches long by about maybe a foot, or maybe a foot and a half high, maybe 18 by 18. That's the idea I want to make with this box, this aquarium tank, if you will. But they're going to be defending a bunker under fire. That's the idea. I'm going to try to find I'm looking for all the pieces I'm going to put into this bunker, this display. I'm going to put build notes to everything. I'm going to say where I got the items if you want to build something like this yourself. I've never done this before, so this is basically trial by fire. I've never built something this audacious to me. Again, I'm not a builder or a creator. I'm not Adam Savage. I'm not that guy. I'm clumsy with my hands to begin with. So I'm going to get a lot of the stuff I'm going to purchase online through Amazon or eBay from sellers. That's the real idea I'm trying to do in this build. Stuff that's going to be painted. I want to get blast effects to put on this bunker. Maybe some LED lighting strips around it. I want to maybe illuminate it. That's what I want to kind of do with this backdrop. I want to put it on one of my shelves so it's going to stand out. I'm probably going to get stands that are probably going to be smaller than these, but these stands here that I mentioned, this is a backdrop for the Black Series, a smaller stand, but something that would work, let's say, that's maybe half of this size. Let's say it's a square, like maybe this size here, this little black plate. If you had a, like you can see the black plate has a spot on it too. If you know, there's a stand for where the figure can stand up. So these are meant to display two figures in a row. So the idea would be getting a small figure stand for Black Series and probably mount it either by using like double-sided sticky tape to this case. So the figures will be in orientation in some of a battle stance when the bunker's under fire by an unseen attacker. That's the idea. So they're defending this bunker. That's the idea I want to build for this build. I figured I'm thinking about pricing it around, not including the figures I already own. I'm not using that as far as the cost, but as far as the case, everything else I need with this display, it's going to run me probably about $150 to $300 probably to build this case. Is what I'm thinking in my head. How much it's going to cost? If it's cheaper, even better. But that's the idea I want to run with this particular backdrop. I think it'd be very, very cool to do. So that's my kind of unboxing today. It's very, very neat to do the redeemed Revan, the Jedi Knight version of Revan. If you've never played, just a little sidebar about him. If you've never played the Knights of the Old Republic by BioWare, it came out in the mid-90s. It is a bit dated for a video game, but it's a very, 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 very good video game. It's very ambitious. Mind you, we're talking technology back late 90s. This is when I think I played it on Xbox, I believe it was. It might have been Xbox 360 or original Xbox, one of the two. It's a very, very ambitious game for BioWare. If you've never played it, I highly, highly, highly recommend playing it. It is dated. You're playing with dated graphics. Be that more vintage based. You're going, be that as it may, you're playing a game that is a bit dated compared to what it is in today's technology. If they do a remastered version of Knights of the Old Republic, it would be awesome. It is a very, very, very good game. That's where we meet up with Revan here and the redeemed Revan, which is the Jedi Knight Revan. I don't want to give any spoilers away about the character of Revan, but he is, basically in Star Wars canon now. He's a very, very popular character, hence the reason why they made this guy and made this guy. I highly, highly recommend playing Jedi Knights of the Old Republic by BioWare. The Jedi Knights 2 game, I think I played about halfway of it, and I never completed it. The very first one, the Jedi Knights of the Old Republic, I did complete that game. It is a very, very, very fun game. Extremely difficult, not an easy game at all. It was, again, way ahead of its time, comparatively speaking, based on what it was back in the day. You're looking at, stuff that was, again, way ahead of its time. The people who do BioWare was a company that did all the cool three-quarter isometric PC games for, let's say, Baldur's Gate. They did Icewind Dale. That company did a lot of the classic role-playing games, and they know how to do role-playing games very, very, very well. It was a very, very cool game. Highly recommend it. If you've never played Knights of the Old Republic, definitely play it. Now, don't get that confused with the MMO version of Knights of the Old Republic, which was done, let's say, 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I don't know if it's still running right now. I think they might have closed down their servers. I don't know if it went end of life, if they sunsetted it or not. Don't get confused that with the original Knights of the Old Republic by BioWare. It's a very, very good game. The origin of the Revan character is explained. If you don't know about Revan, I highly, highly recommend taking a look at this character. He's very, very cool, very, very neat character, very neat origin. Again, I don't want to talk too much about Revan, but he is very, very cool. So we're getting close to the 9:30 time. But before I break the stream tonight, I had some viewers and subscribers ask, should I do a longer stream? I'm probably not going to. Usually 30 minutes is good for me. I have difficulties doing 30-minute streams as it is, as you may or may not. So I had about 3.5% drop frames tonight through OBS and my internet connection. Hey, K Titus, thanks for coming into the stream tonight. I had a lot of issues with the stream, and doing longer than 30-minute streams are very, very difficult for me. I do hour-long streams, but usually the hour-long streams usually are big events. I would say things like New York Comic-Con news, San Diego Comic-Con news, Emerald City, big news that gets dropped in the pop and geek culture community. It could be, let's say, news of a new movie, news of new releases of new things, whatever they are, something important or something big. That's when I would do usually an hour-long stream. I've had people ask, can you do 2-hour streams? It's very, very difficult. Oh, I noticed that you're from Japan, K. Titus. Very, very cool. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Big fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling, so it's a place I would love seeing as far as Japan goes. But unfortunately, I've never gotten that far out of the States. I'm a bit agoraphobic. I have a lot of agoraphobia. I think it's of heights at all. Stream tonight, it's a bit rocky. About 5% of my packets. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've lost about 5% packets right now, so I'm probably going to need to eventually think about getting an upgrade with our internet to a higher upload package, because that's the issue. It's not your download when you stream, it's your uploads, what you're sending to the server. And my upload is only about, like I said, between 9 and 11 meg up. That's why I'm getting a lot of these drop packages. You can see a lot of locking of the video of the stream just because of, again, the quality is not that good of my upload. That's another reason why I don't want to have a stream longer than an hour. I know that everyone's time right now, they're bored out of their minds. Because K. Titus came into the stream a little late, definitely take a look at the beginning of this on video on demand, which will be going up probably in the next 30 to 45 minutes. Usually comes up. Yep, I keep freezing. It's, like I said, it's my upload. It will work its way out shortly. But like I said, I've lost about maybe 5.5% of my packets tonight because of this issue with the upload. It's not the fastest upload. We're paying a very high premium for our service now, and it's already, I think we're spending $150 a month, and our download speed's about, I think, 80 to 100 meg, but my upload is only between 9 and 11. So it's not very reliable, and it's very, very sketchy, and that's one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of streams, because of what you're seeing right now, until I can sort out this issue with the upload. Would I like to do more streams? Absolutely. I used to stream every single Monday, and the problem I would run into is I would usually have issues with topics. I'd have to try to kind of scramble to put a topic together. So on Mondays, I would do streams. On Tuesdays, I'd have videos. On Thursdays, I'd have videos. And sometimes Sunday, I put out content. I was getting burnt out by doing too much content. If you look at my numbers on my channel, if you look on the top right corner of the screen right now, you'll see 1,910 subscribers, as I mentioned before many, many times. That's not my real subscriber count. I would say I have about half of that number. I want to say about between 700 and 900 subs are real subscribers. Not because when I grew my channel back in 2016, I did everything I could to get my name out, my brand out as best I possibly could, and that would be, sub for subs, which is a horrible way of doing YouTube. I recommend no one doing that way. If I could take what I learned from the 4 years now coming up in July of what I've learned in YouTube, never do it. Don't do it. It's just a bad idea. But thank you guys for coming into the stream tonight, Spider-Boy Shivan and K. Titus. I'm going to be ending the stream now at 9:30. Again, Titus, go back to the beginning of the stream when it goes up. It should be going up probably about 30 or 45 minutes. I know a lot of people are getting the email delayed, unfortunately. It's something that I can't control. That's on YouTube's algorithm. Why they send out late, I don't know. I even I have my normal YouTube channel that I normally use, which is not part of Rook Geek Goodness. I have that account subscribed to my Rook Geek Goodness account, so I'll get the email alerts so I know when stuff is sent out. But I've seen times where I wouldn't even get emails until hours or maybe a day or two later after a video has gone up. So I do know there are issues with it. Unfortunately, it's beyond my control. So I want to thank everyone who came into the stream tonight. I do these maybe about once a month is what I'm kind of doing with these. To see what you guys are doing. Definitely take a look, Titus, when the stream does go up. I asked you some questions about what are you guys doing now as far as quarantine goes. Are you guys watching any new movies, watching any new TV shows, anything along those lines, and some recommendations that I have seen that you can get for free right now for a short period of time. If you're looking to catch up on certain content, those services are absolutely out there. So I want to thank everyone who came into the stream tonight, even for a short period of time, to just, if you want to listen to me talk, rant, talk about, this guy here, or of course the brand new Jedi Knight Revan. Again, I want to thank everyone who did watch this content and supports my channel. Take care, guys. I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Take care, and bye-bye.